Welcome to the Holy Grail of shipwrecks, the San Jose. Sealed for 300 years with $20 billion inside. Tonight, we open the door to reveal the gold, the gems, and the dead who guard them. So, let's explore the whole ship. We are inside. The floor is paved with Spanish doubloons and raw emeralds intended for the king. But looking closely, we see that the men here didn't just die. They drowned in their own wealth. Just beyond the gold room lies another fortune: emeralds. Mined deep in the Andes of Colombia, these raw and cut stones were destined to adorn the crowns of Europe's royalty. Now, they lie scattered in the mud. We descend deeper into the ship's main hold. Here lies the true weight of the San Jose's cargo: silver, tons of it. The ocean has turned it black, but beneath the tarnish is a fortune in bullion that could pay for an empire's war. Adjacent to the silver, we find something strange. The Spanish used liquid mercury to refine gold. When the containers broke, it formed pools of liquid metal that never mixed with the water, creating a sci-fi landscape on the ocean floor. We move to the gun deck. This was the teeth of the galleon. Rows of massive bronze cannons, cast in Seville. They were loaded and ready to fire when the ship exploded, and the men who manned them died at their posts. Between battles, the sailors passed time with vice. In a corner of the deck, we found a makeshift table. Cards, dice, and money. It seems a game was in progress when the alarm sounded. Warships were dangerous places. We now enter the surgeon's quarters. In 1708, medicine was brutal. The tools we find here, saws and knives, look more like torture devices than medical instruments. To keep a wooden ship afloat, you needed a carpenter. We found his workshop. It is a time capsule of craftsmanship. Saws, hammers, and nails that were used to fight the incoming water until the very last second. The San Jose didn't just carry gold, she carried the world. In this hold, we find crates from China, Ming Dynasty porcelain, blue and white ceramics that are as fragile as eggshells, yet they survived the explosion that destroyed the ship. Gold wasn't the only treasure. The San Jose carried tons of indigo and cochineal dye, blue gold from the New World. As the barrels rotted, the dyes spilled out, staining the ocean floor in vivid colors that haven't faded in 300 years. The San Jose was also a passenger ship for the wealthy. We are now entering the staterooms of the nobility. Here, we find items of vanity and beauty, left behind by people who dressed for dinner and never made it to dessert. At the stern, we find the Great Cabin. This was the domain of the captain and the admiral, the center of command. Despite the devastation, signs of authority and strategy still remain among the wreckage. In the midst of war, there was prayer. We enter the ship's chapel. Here, priests held daily mass for the 600 souls on board. As the ship went down, this is likely where many came to make their final confession. We descend to the galley, the ship's kitchen. This was once the hottest, noisiest place on the ship, feeding 600 hungry men. Now, the great brick stove is cold and the copper pots lie empty. Deep in the hull, we find a place of hopelessness, the brig. Here, prisoners of war and rebellious sailors were locked away in darkness. When the ship went down, they were the only ones who never stood a chance. We now approach the epicenter of the disaster. The San Jose didn't just sink, she exploded. A British cannonball hit the powder magazine. The devastation here is total. This is where the ship was torn apart. Gold has no soul, but here, among the debris, we find the true heart of the San Jose. Letters that were never read, instruments that played their last song, and the personal items of men who were fathers, sons, and dreamers. We move to the very back of the ship, the stern gallery. This was once an ornate balcony with windows overlooking the ocean. Now, it is a Gothic ruin, decorated with carved wooden saints who watch over the dead. $20 billion, 600 lives. The San Jose is more than a treasure chest. It is a cemetery. As we leave her to the darkness, the gold remains, guarded by the bones of those who served her. She is the ghost ship that will never be forgotten.